morning, Vikings. I hope you enjoy your 3-day weekend because we have another one coming up. Woo! Also, I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. And even if you didn't have a special someone to celebrate with, it's fine. Being single gives you a lot more time for yourself. Anyways, we have a show to watch, so let's get to it.
Hey guys, for Pro Sports ESPN, Brian Windhorst reported Wednesday on Green that James Harden is leading for an exit from the Brooklyn Nets and possibly pushing to join the 76ers. Now to Alex.
Hello Vikings, I want to talk to you about a game recommendation, and that's Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a farming simulation game. Players can create a character who becomes a recipient of a plot of land and a small house once owned by their grandfather in a small town called Pelican Town. Players may select from several different farm types, each with a unique theme and different benefits and drawbacks. The farmland is initially overrun with boulders, trees, stumps, and weeds. The player must work to clear them to restart the farm, tending to crops and livestock to generate further and further expand buildings and facilities. Now, on to Abel.
Thank you, Alex. This week's movie recommendation are thrillers. Our first one is Arrival. A linguistics professor, Louis Banks, leads a team of elite investigators when gigantic spaceships touch down in 12 locations around the world. As nations teeter on the verge of global war, Banks and her crew must race against time to find a way to communicate with the extraterrestrial visitors. Hoping to unravel the mystery, she takes a chance that could threaten her life and quite possibly all of mankind. The next one is Disturbia. It's about a troubled high school student who becomes convinced he is living next door to a wanted serial killer. Struggling to come to terms with the death of his father, the teen lands himself in police custody after a fight with a teacher and is put under house arrest. During his domestic confinement, he begins to spy on his mysterious neighbor, believing him to be a murderous psychopath on the run from the authorities. Well, that's it for movie recommendations this week.
Hello everyone. For today's music we have Watercolor Eyes by Lana Del Rey.
I think that you taste like rock candy, sweet like peaches, leave me on sandy.
Next up we have is Don't Be Cruel by Billy Swan.
Don't be cruel to a heart that's true.
Lastly we have Right Down the Line by Jerry Rafferty.
Long as I got your love, you know that I'll never leave.
Well, that's all the music we have for you today. Now on to Andrew.
Thanks guys. This week's anime recommendation, I have one of my personal favorites. Moshiko Tensei, or Jobless Reincarnation, tells the tale of Rudius Grey Rat, was in his past life of a human, a sad and hopeless man that only liked watching television and playing games, until he concluded that his life was ultimately pointless, but still decides to intercept a speeding truck heading toward a group of teenagers in an attempt to do something meaningful for once in his life, and manages to pull one of them out of harm's way before dying and awakening into a baby's body. He realizes that he has been reincarnated in a world of sword and sorcery, and resolves to become successful in his new life, discarding his past identity for his new life. I hope all you guys enjoy this isekai fantasy anime like I did. Now on to Sandra.
Hey, it's time for the Environmentalist Club Fun Fact. Did you know that you can actually use rainwater for some of your household chores? The North American Association for Environmental Education says that you can use rainwater for washing your laundry, your car, and your sidewalk. You can also use it to water your plants, and you can even drink it, but only if you have a proper filtration system. Now, before you start collecting rainwater, check to see if your state allows it. Thankfully, California does, but if you're going to use rainwater for ponds or irrigation, you actually need a permit from the California State Water Resources Control Board. It's such a long name, isn't it? But other than that, collect as much rainwater as you like. Rainharvesting.co.uk does claim that using rainwater will help you save between 40 to 50% on your water bills. Well, that is the end of this episode of the Viking News. I wish you all a great rest of the week and another restful 3-day weekend. Bye!